Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the breakfast show. It has been such a long absence, isn't it? Right? We were away because last Friday we did have the suddenly emergency holiday, and also Monday I was with the masterclass member. And those of you who are listening for the masterclass member, we did do a live trading in the afternoon session in here. And of course, not to forget, tonight is also another masterclass session talk in the evening at 9:30, so there won't be any talk that we'll be doing to the public. So that's why members get its privileges, isn't it? I need to spend more time with my members if they have invested time and money learning to know how to invest and how to trade in the market. It's only very appropriate for us, myself and the coaches, to get them up to speed. And many of you who have joined our public session has also benefited from many of our sessions that we do. Of course, if you want to take it up to the next level, definitely you want to become a member or use some of our plug-in in here. But I do hope that the breakfast show that we have been doing with SMARTRobie has given you a lot of trade idea, and we have seen also the market continue to move higher in the respective of the US market, which we will talk about in this morning breakfast show. Let's get started, shall we? Now, in this morning and breakfast show, we also have a special guest that is Miss Rian Chin. Will be coming in to talk about the new features of our SMARTRobie version 4.1. So we're going to do that shortly after when we break down to the news. And we will also be teaching the members how to use this feature going forward. There are a couple of new releases that we intend to do for 2022. And this is just the beginning of it. All this in favor of a better market in here. We started off with a watch list. That's right. If you can see, that will be a watch list in there. And then going forward, we will have other features. Do share this video in your timeline, and we really appreciate for all the support that we've been getting so far. All right. Now let's take a look at our news headline that we have. And today is definitely what we call a Tuesday, market feature. Sorry, this is Wednesday. That's right. And we have a ST2, which is the daily list for market features. So what we have right now is a lot have to do with the trending of the market. That is a stage 2 share. That's right. A stage 2 share will be a trending market. So we are looking forward going to picking up some stocks that we felt that may have couple of opportunities. That's right, in here. And also let's look at the news morning headline. All right, now the news morning headline, it's definitely many of you would have known, is coming to almost the year end. That's right, we're coming to almost a year end, and usually we want to look at the performance of the Bursa Malaysia sectorial indices. I think many of you would have stock in Malaysia, also no IC. You know, you'd want to look at how bad the market is. If you look at the healthcare, which is one of the worst performing, and year to date, the KLCI, it's almost minus, depending how you look at it. Some say 8%, some say 9%, but I will probably show you it's minus 7.7% on the month-to-month loss. But that is also one of the worst performing going forward. But not all sector has done pretty bad. You know, you have technology, which is, you know, way up in the 30%. Of course, those of you who is heavily into the tech sector would have done so much better. Healthcare, energy, construction, plantation. Now, despite plantation, we have the rises of CPO prices. Many of those plantation stock hasn't really performed. I think we spoke about this. So there's a lot of economists and analysts saying that, look, maybe you can piggyback on the plantation stocks, but those of you who have done that has realized it is not taking up. It is maybe because it is also due to the low participation of foreign funds. Of course, you can always check out the foreign funds. Let's switch over to tradebsa.com here. Let me just bring up the website, tradebsa.com. And we will do that very shortly. So the TradeBSA website.com is the website that we normally have all our necessary up to market in here. So you can see here, let's bring this in up. And this morning, the market is down minus 4 points. Big drawdown is the top glove. I think that will be releasing it. But I think more important, what I want to show you is the foreign funds. You can see on my this side of the chart. this side of the chart, which is continued to be minus 200, minus 150 million. So that's pretty much explained why our sector indices continue to not do very, very well. Okay, so that's something that I think many of you would have followed our breakfast show would probably know what's really going on. But if you look very deeply in here, technology, the question always be, will it likely to continue to 2022? And many times in some of the news that we talk about, the continuing bullishness of the semiconductors as well as the technology sector, and also the OmiCron variant has continued to lock down many people at home. And I do think technology going forward will do pretty well. And transportation is due to the supply chain bottleneck that we see, where there are lack of chips, there are lack of even Christmas gift, and this is due to logistic being, and we've seen also in Los Angeles, some of the ships that were there almost have to wait 3 weeks before they can dock their goods. So the transportation, again, the Malaysian sector is taking up a piggyback from this in here. So let's go on to the next news that we have is because of the negative -8 or -9%, 7% for the KLCI. Many analysts and economists are very upbeat about the positive going to 2022. And the analyst says that, look, because last year was down, they are doing a projection, and this is from MIDF Research Head, saying that FBM likely to rebound next year, but a barometer probably end at 1700. So where is KLCI now? Let's take a look. And we are, trying very hard to really struggle to stay above the 1500. And this morning we are down to just short of just on this side of the chart here, 1493. And we have some of the most active one is all in red. ATA INS is, been one of the big sell-off that we've seen due to the activists and forced labor. I think you've been following on that. But the rest of some of those stocks, the tech sectors, you can see here, Great Tech is up 5%. SAM Engineering, it's up another 4% in here. Big decliner, again, are the value stocks. You can see here, PBB, SK Press is down 8% this morning. Again, the activists is back again. So this is really, really not that positive going forward in here. All right, so let's move on to our next news. Now, next news is on CIMB, which continue to reduce its broking businesses in here. And I think that is definitely a right move. Over the years, many broking houses many of the banks are selling their broking houses because due to the high investment on IT and the reduction of commission, right? And we also know the Alliances Bank also is selling out their broking license to Philip, all right, which is a big player from Singapore, and they are here. And no surprises, you can see China Galaxy is taking up because you need big money to go into this kind of business. It's a retail business. And as that, I think CIMB has improved its operational cost. And you can see from this chart wise onwards, let me just bring it up here a bit. You could see the chart continue to soar higher as they dispose of some of this so-called a lower profit margin stock. Let's look at CIMB this morning on the live prices. It is down slightly, a minus 0.6%. Let's move on to the next news. All right. The next news is on Eureka. Now, Eureka somehow is a construction and property. We all know construction property hasn't been really doing that well. And right now we are seeing also an opportunity here where the market, right? The market continue to not do so well. So let's take a look at the chart in here. We have Eureka. Okay, we have Eureka here, and if you look from the stock chart, stock comment, it is actually kicking up. You can see this is a nice trend in here, partly to the government in Terengganu allowing more affordable housing, and they did secure this 468 million. So no surprises, right? By the time news comes out, already run. I wouldn't be surprised this morning going some profit taking. But having said that, they are looking to contribute out from the 468 million, 34.7 million in here. And let's take a look at the Eureka. Probably it's up this morning. Now it's also down minus 0.8% to 66.5 cents profit taking for this matter. Let's move on to the next news that we have. All right. Now, the next news that we have is Tiongnan Logistics. As I said before, I would expect the logistic to do much, much better, but somehow Tiongnan has disappointed us. It's still in pretty much a downtrend. You can see here TN Logistic, right? TN Logistic, we have seen the stock chart, stock comment here, and now you will see that the breaking, and we do have this in one of our portfolio Pentagon guided. We did bought it as soon as it broke through the ATR stop loss. That's the one that you see here, right? This ATR stop loss, right? And we immediately got out of it. You know, if not, we would have been stuck. The market continued to fall from 88 to 82 cents, and that's something not good. If you look at the Tiongnan in here, you would probably a loss of 16.2%. All right, breaking through the ATR stop loss, I think that was good enough. If you were to not exit, that will be even much, much longer. That's why it's important, especially in our market in here. I think many of you have seen the KLCI market hasn't got any green Pentagon yet. We are hopeful that eventually when the Dow Jones, the S&P 500 turn green Pentagon, and then that will sort of pass that sort of the good feeling, you know, the good barometer to our KLCI, then maybe we'll see a green Pentagon. But right now we are not seeing any green Pentagon, so that means trend continue to move downwards in here. All right, so that's the TN Logistic. Now let's move over to the US market, and we do know last night the US market closed pretty well, and let's switch over to S&P 500 here and going to Robie chart and switching to, all right, in here. So you can see the S&P 500 just next of me here, just shortly up here, the S&P, all right, and you can see yesterday, okay, the S&P last close was 95. That was the 7th of December, which is last night, closed about 2% up in here. And apparently there's no chart in here. We need to take a look at that one later. So you can see the S&P continue to hold its ground, but we can also switch over to the right. And I'm just going to bring this in here. So let's look at S&P. Okay, S&P 500. So you can see S&P, no, not this one. Normally S&P, we can put ES1, right? When you use the S&P futures, you can see right here, last night the market actually did close up, but it is hitting a lot of resistance in here. You could see that's a lot of resistance. Maybe we could have a third time breakout this time in here. If it does break out, then you see there's a lot of room for this market to go a bit higher. And maybe we are getting the Santa rally, okay, the Santa rally that is coming in here, and that will definitely be great because so far the OmiCron variant has been a bit so-called not that serious because we have seen hospitalization hasn't been that high, reporting from South Africa, and also the Pfizer are reporting there are some level of protection, not totally new, but there's some level of protection against the OmiCron, and it doesn't have any hospitalization. So it's more having the mutation of a flu virus. That was what I was stand to understand from in here. So this is what's happening right now. Okay, and now of course Apple continued to do well in here, and Morgan Stanley has boosted the target price, if I'm not mistaken, to $200 US. And let's take a look, where is Apple right now? Going back to S&P here, AAPL, right? And you can see Apple is right. We have an upthrust, and last night the market did hit 171. So they are previously having a very cautious approach. Remember, there was a sell-off, and we did see the sell-off also on Inari because of a lower I3 demand. And all of a sudden, OmiCron becomes no longer a big news. And also we have the Morgan Stanley boosting the target price of $200 from where it is. And then you can see Apple overtake the previous upthrust that you see in here. And let's take a look at Apple share this morning. You can see Apple AAPL, right? Hitting that one, and you could see it broke through. It's 171. The entry that I did make for some of our masterclass member was around $145, $143 in here, is when the October month. Generally, October month has always been the bearish, and holding this to here, you could see you would have made a nice, decent 19, maybe 20% profit for and I do think that if with the center rally coming in, we will see market hitting 190 very, very soon. Okay, keep on to your Apple, especially for our members, which I've talked about a lot in here. And this is one of those shares that you want to be getting if you are first going into the US market. Okay, and let's move on to our next is our guest speaker. I hope our guest speaker is here, Miss Rian Chin. Okay, let's see if she's here with us. Perhaps we can get Miss Rian Chin to, all right. Okay. Yes, I have, let me see to invite Miss Rian Chin here. Okay, apparently I can't, is she in the, can you? Yeah. Oh, great. Yep, we got her right now. And hopefully you can see her. That's right.
All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I think you all can hear me, right? Martin, you can hear me?
Yes, yes, okay. We can hear you. We can see you also on the live FB. That's right. Thank you for coming to our breakfast show. We will be talking about the latest new feature. Maybe we'll get Ms. Rian Chin to talk a bit more about the...
thank you so much, Martin. This new feature actually is not new for any of the trading app, but of course for SMARTRobie is really something that we wanted to make it really good for the user. We call it the watch list. Of course, that is where you can put your alerts. We have been testing this for months just to really, try to make it really good. But currently the alerts, the watch list alerts is only for Malaysian market. We would do it for the US and SGS later. One thing is very good because we noticed that many of our users actually have position, and sometimes they wouldn't know when is the red pentagon will be appearing for a particular stock. So with this particular watch list we put it in, we will run the pentagon. Once the pentagon hit, either it's turned green or it turned red. That is very dangerous, right? When it's red, it actually sends you an in-app notification. So you must allow your in-app notification for SMARTRobie, because that is where it will send you an alert evening. Once the market closes, when we run the system, when your stock hit a red pentagon, it actually gives you indications. This is where you must first allow in-app notification. Martin, you might want to go into the watch list to let
that's right. Just want to share with you. Now, for those of you who may not find the watch list, you'll see right at the middle of our page there, you can see this is where the slide is. You can see, right? So what you want to do is once you get hold, you just click on watch list, and you'll see a big bell, a ringing bell right at the middle. Right, and you normally what you want to do is to look for a setup. There's nothing to show, so what you want to do is
maybe I can just guide them through that so it's easier. First of all, of course, you will actually have to create a multiple watch list. I would suggest that this is how I use it. Probably you can also have your way of using it. I would create one called Pentagon watch list. I mean, those stocks that I would like to buy, I'm waiting for the green pentagon to trigger. So I put it at Pentagon green list. So this is where I will put in. Of course, for the stock selection, I would now pass over to Martin to put on the Pentagon list. What would you suggest that how best is our user to select a very good Pentagon? Probably it will hit in the next 2 weeks or so that they can catch a year-end rally. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that once you set this thing up, and what you want to do is exit back and go to Robie chart. All right, and so you can go on to the Pentagon list here and look for some of those. Now, do take note, as I said before, we may see possible a rally from the US, which I'll talk about it, that pass on to here. So this is a part where you want to look at what are those sectors we talked about earlier, right? Maybe technology stocks, okay? And here, definitely what we have seen so far, technology, there's none of those has turned green pentagon yet, but that doesn't prevent you from putting the stock price up. I'm going to show you one, but let's take a look at one example in here where we want to see where there is sort of a follow through. Definitely is a public bank. Okay, you can see public bank here, 1295, hit that one, and we want to look at the chart. So we want to see a continued movement of public bank going higher, being a green pentagon, and take a note, right? You look from the chart here wise, public bank used to be around 420, has dropped below $4. It may go back to 405. So this is actually a good time to be buying on the dip. All right. So let's take a look at where is public bank right now and look at the livestock prices. So you can see the livestock prices is almost short of 4 ringgit. Okay, 4 ringgit here. So what we want to do is just go to watch list, go back to this list here, and if you see this 3 horizontal bar, click on that one and add stocks to current list, and you can just type PBB. Okay, and you just click the plus, right? And okay, so just click it one more time, and you could see first thing definitely is the alert is not set. There's many ways you can set the alert. 399, there's no change, and you will notice, right, the green pentagon here. I think this is one of the features that are unlike seen in everyone. Whenever you pick any stocks and put in your watches, when there is a pentagon, when the system update in the evening, right now it's about 10:30 evening, you will get a notification. Right now we are still in the trial basis. If there is any issues or maybe the notification if didn't come out, do send us a WhatsApp at 0102669761 so we can look into it. But so far we have tested and looks pretty good, right? So this is a new feature that we have in here, and of course once you have inside here, you can click here and you can edit it, you can delete it, you can view the alert history or delete it completely.
Can you go to create alert, please? Create, no, it's there. Create stock alert.
Yeah, create stock alert.
Yeah,
right.
this
You want to explain this, Miss Rian?
Yeah, I mean, basically for all the field here, you can, I mean, it's not, I mean, you doesn't need to fill everything. Say for instance, you want to track on percentage, you can just key in on percentage. Once you key in 10%, say for instance, you put 10% up, and 10% down, it actually will auto calculate for you. So we can do this, and you can just save and come up with. We'll just try this. Martin, just save and come up with.
Okay, let me hit that one. Save alert.
Yeah. Of course, from here you cannot see because the first gray bar there is for the pricing. But when you click inside, you click back inside the edit, you edit it, yeah. Edit, then you can actually still see the changes here. The other way that you can set is actually set the upper bound and lower bound. You can try that. Lower bound 3.8, $3.80. Yeah. Upper bound you can put 4.1, yeah, 4.1. Then you can just save it, and you can see that will be updated. Yeah, this is how it goes. And you want to see whether your alert is actually on the waiting. You can check, click on the bell on the top right. Yeah. And that is where you go. That is waiting. So if there's any of this criteria trigger, you will have an in-app notification. So once the criteria is triggered, you will find that it's bold and underlined. So you will know that it triggered because of percentage up or percentage down, or is it because of the price that you set in? Of course, you can also set volume, but yeah, that is all the criteria you can set under the alerts. Yeah, Martin can come back up. Yeah.
Yep. Now, many people are looking to get back into the technology sector, and that's definitely one way you can do that is to key in the alert also for Inari when it turns green pentagon. So let's take a look at the Inari chart. So we get out and go back to Robie chart. Right, Inari we could do, and also set profit target in here. So first of all, let's take a look at Inari. Right now, remember, once you key in Inari into your watches, whenever there's a green pentagon, it will notify you in the evening so you can get ready the next morning. So that make it easier. So let's look at stock chart, stock comment. You can see Inari hasn't turned green pentagon yet. Okay, let's say for example you wanted to have a price alert if the market goes a bit higher because, telling from the Apple. So it's up 2.1% in here. Inari, happen to be the same price as also a public bank. So 2%. And let's say we want Inari, we go to here and we will add, okay? We'll add stock. Let's add Inari in here. Now we'll hit that one more time. And Inari gets in, so you need to set it. And it's up. So let's see if we wanted for it to hit another, perhaps just 401, then I want to be going, or I'm looking at a pullback. So if I'm looking at a pullback, I will say looking at the chart wise, okay? So if I just go back to my chart here and I switch to Inari, right? Let's say I'm interested for it to pull back to this level here. Can you see this? This will be 392, okay? 392. So I'll put a lower bound, 392, all right? And I'll put a remark here. So the remark is going to be something, let me just try to get this. Okay, remark will be, what am I putting the remark will be pullback for Inari at support, okay, which is what price is that? 392. So hit that one. So this is one way you can remember. So hit that one, save that alert. So you already saved the lower bound. You can see 392. So that is where if you want to buy at pullback. So this is a very, very good feature. Now take note that this one is not real time. It's a delay alert. So you'll be about 15 minutes to just short of 20 minutes for that on purpose. So right now you can see this is a 392. You'll simply alerts you for in here. And let's say you have some long-term profit, okay, profit target, okay, some long-term profit target where you want to key in. Let's take a look at KGB. Now KGB being continued to win a lot of projects, isn't it? So let's say you want to have a long-term profit in here. I do know some of the analysts is giving a 1 ringgit 90 cent for Inari for a long term, okay? So this is where I can use the same feature in here, add on for KGB, okay? So KGB, and hit plus another time in here. So I'll set here at 190 and go in edit for a longer term. So upper bound 190, okay, in here. And so what I do is, okay, this will be the longer target profit as per analyst. Okay, there was an analyst that say it's from the Jupiter Securities. Okay, Jupiter Securities at 1 ringgit 90 cent. So you can hit that one. So you will have save at 190 and click save. So that would be your 190. So in here, so how do we check it whether it's waiting or not? So this is where we click the bell again, and you can see waiting KGB at 190. Public bank, there is 4 condition in here: 10% drop, 10% up, 380, 410, and Inari, you want it to go below 390 to buy some sort of support. So this is way, and take note, don't put too many shares, because remember we always say in our courses and we teach people, because just like when you put too many, you cannot handle it. Just put 4 or 5 of the best, and that would probably settle a lot of the thing. Very important is also use this as a cut lot basis. Okay, remember sometimes when we go to our trading plan, okay, with our trading plan, you can see we can set the alert. For example, let's say we want to go to Inari again in this case, right? Inari, and we go to our trading plan. All right. So the trading plan would have some sort of a R1, R2, which is the support level. And if the market were to break below that, that is something you want to do exit. But right now you could see the resistance R1 is 430. That would be a possible profit target, assuming you got in at 392 lah. Then that's where you can set another upper bound for Inari for your long-term profit target. So it's important this way, the stop loss level and the profit target level will be taken care, and we just that as we spend more time in using SMARTRobie in here, knowing it, so we do feel that this alert will put them also in place, right? Currently there is unlimited number of alert that you can set, but as I said before, normally don't set too many. I think less than 10 is good enough because you need to monitor them all too. Anything else you want to add on, Ms. Rian?
Yes, yeah, it's fine because I think you cover most of it. Basically, I mean, for those doing intraday trading, you can use it as a guide as well. You just have to set those stocks that you are looking to enter. You set it at the SMARTRobie. Then once it's triggered, actually you can get in. Or during the day trading, you want to take profit, it's also a way for you to set that as well. Yeah, I think it's more important also for the Pentagon trigger. I think that is one of the unique part. And of course, for the sister company, we are continue to bring in new features. So another feature that we are testing, one is ready, we will release it to you. But meanwhile, while it's still free, we would like you to try on. And December is just around here now. And we do hope that it's some really good rally for everyone. And also for Chinese New Year next year. So continue to use it. And we do hope that you can feedback to us for any improvement to our support line. And we shall look into that as well. Yeah, thank you so much, Martin.
All right, thank you, Rian. All right, so that's the new feature that we talk about for our version 4.1 is the watch list. Now, continue to use the watch list on a day-to-day basis, and we hope to see more of you share our apps. And in here, you could share the apps with a friend about the alert. That would definitely help you in notifying the upper bound and the lower bound for the profit target and so stop loss. All right, so check it out. Okay, and let's move on to our next segment that we have here. Is definitely no other than the lesson learned from our past trade idea. One of them was ABMB, okay, which we talked about it in 1st of December, and that stock has held up pretty well. You can see ABMB, right, Alliance Bank here, and that was on the 1st of December. We could see market did sell off, but it's holding up. Now remember, the banking stocks right now, it's usually going through year-end rally, so some of these stocks are starting to move up, and we have seen Public Bank has turned green. Pentagon, CIMB Bank is lifting up. That's why Public Bank, which go through a sell-off, is actually turning uptrend, and we just seen a green Pentagon for that one here. All right. So this is Alliance Bank looking pretty decent. I think there's a bit of up room. Inari, which was on 20 October up to 10%, but we have seen Inari, it's climbing back slowly in here. All right, and let's take a look at this week for the stock trade idea, all right, from our Pentagon list. So let's go in here, and you could see it's Pentagon Guider here. Right, and we had in number 1 is in the industrial product, HPMT, okay, which is up 4%, and did have a green Pentagon on the 7th of December. Okay, let's take a look. So let's create a trading plan for that one over here. Right, you can see this is the plan that we have. So let's take a look at, so I'm just going to bring everything all into a page, and we will construct the Pentagon there. Okay, HPMT. All right, you can see earlier on we have the market close up here, but right now it is doing very close to a doji, right? But remember the last few rounds, the market today we don't have much of volume, but the market did close up, and we have a couple of springs here, a couple of tests in here. The odds looks good, okay, but I wouldn't say that it's definitely going to go up. It's not a tech sector, remember, right? If this is a tech sector, that'd be great. Okay, so this could be just a recovery play or a short-term kind of thing, goes up to 72 cents, 70 cents, you want to be out here, okay? But let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart, it is still a green Pentagon. Having said that, still a yellow trend zone. The market has sort of moved sideways in here. Hopefully when you do break up, then we'll see a bit of more upside from here onwards, okay? So this is the scenario that we are seeing right now. And let's take a look. Next thing here, the daily chart. Okay, here we can put in daily green Pentagon on 7 December. Okay, indication SMARTRobie in here. So yeah, this is 7 December 2021. Important price level. Let's look at the price level. Important price level, we will switch on to hit 5291. Okay, and we go on to the trading plan. So here is 72 cents. Okay, R1. R1 is 72 cents here. And R2 is 76 cents. All right, so this is like the old high. You can see here, right? The old high, which is the 72 and 76 cents, which is around there lah. Okay, why is the market? Now take note, the volume hasn't come in yet, okay? So volume is still low, okay? So which means the success of this trade may not be there because we want to see volume coming in. Right now, we don't see volume coming in, but on the price side, it's looking very good. Hopefully, we do see some bit of volume in the market and move up. So let's look at the low support. The low support, we will go to our exit strategy. So support is at 60 cents and weekly support is also at 60 cents here, okay? Weekly support is at 60 cents. Okay, high resistance, I think we got that one, will be 72 cents. Now, the last time where it actually moved up was just here, just about 1 month to 1 month to, you can see this one. It's about, hang on, let me just pull this to here. Right, that is about a 25 days. So you're looking about 1 month, okay? 1 month is the period of the rally, okay? So that is our very simple trading plan. We know when the market will be in, when we need to be out, and let's take a look, right? But again, if we do have a rally coming in for December, right, and that may likely see this thing pick up and go up from here, but we will keep in mind. So far, a lot of stocks that we pick hasn't really run up yet, but it hasn't dropped a lot. It's sort of moving sideways, and let's hope the window dressing season will come in, then the market will just move up. All right, so let's go on to the remaining segment of the we have is the update for our January to December. So far, we are up 6%. Okay, we were as high as almost 15%, but we know the market has been falling. We have to cut loss, and we have cut everything already. We have zero position right now. The last one was Inari when it broke through the ATR stop loss. We also cut. We were in the money about like $600, so we sort of break even on that trade. But this is the follow trade. But overall, compared to KLCI, we have beaten it by almost 13%, 6% on our side, and KLCI is minus 7.7. So usually this is always been a real challenge in here to really trade the market, and we get what we take. This is definitely dependent on the market, as I said before. So market needs to be bullish, then we will do much better. All right. So how's your portfolio been doing? Right. That's my question in here. I hope that our SMARTRobie in here will able to provide some sort of support to you, that you're able to do much better compared to a lot of people out there who are still stuck on the rubber glove. Okay. Now, if you do have rubber glove, my advice for you is early on, those people who hear my advice last week when it started a rally, they would have already shaken out and taken something out here. So on our portfolio, you can see episode 143 was 8%, and episode 145, which is, sorry, 144, just one episode right now. And let me just show you here. We have still beaten the KLCI. You can see the KLCI is the red one, down 8%. We are up. Portfolio per return is 1.8. But if you look back to the overall, which is about 6.13% for the whole year, it's not a lot, considering, everything. Also we cut. Inari also we cut. Pestec, Fajar, TN Logistic, we cut. Yeah, we cut it at 86.5 cents. If not, the market would have gone even a bit more lower than that. All right. So this is the situation that we have, but we are still profitable, no doubt about it. And okay. So let's move on to the remaining of the section. Now take note, tonight there isn't any live Facebook, the usual Wednesday. We will continue next week, but we will have our US market trading, a continuation from our masterclass, which is the masterclass members in here. So tonight we'll start at 9:30. So for our members, log into the Zoom in here. And I do hope that many of you who are listening in our public, as well as our member in here, come and join us for tonight's session in here. All right. And we will also have our regular Coach Arif, and also our trainer Zach will be here to talk about the market. So right now we're going to go on to the segment that we're doing is our SMARTRobie stock pick and stock review. So you have not given us a review, do go over to our Google Play Store and Apple Play Store, give us a review, and we'll be happy to look at some of the stocks that we'll be talking about. So let's take a look at the market right now. And if you have any stocks, just pencil those in. I'm happy to look at it. Okay, let's take a look if there's any stocks. All right. Any stocks? Okay. All right, if there's no stocks for review, we will close our session in here. And really, thank you for coming today. And we really appreciate, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all our video and also all our tutorial in here. And for tonight, I'll see you guys on our live US trading session. I think there's a lot of opportunity, more exciting than what we see currently in this market. And don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram and share that with your friend for all stock education. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.